Okay, so let me be clear right out the gate. This is not a shot-by-shot breakdown of the Predator Badlands trailer that we got last week. We are not here to pause every frame or circle background details. Instead, I want to talk about only one of the many details that was revealed that paints a picture as to what we are expecting out of this famous science fiction franchise, as well as another one it's related to in the future. Yes, we are talking about that reveal, and why it is such a big deal for people to know about. Because underneath the hype of this trailer, those moments say a lot about where the future is heading, what it's trying to say, and how it is quietly setting us up for potentially one of the biggest moments in cinematic history. I know I'm extremely late with this video, given how long ago the trailer did come out, but life takes over, and I'm now ready to talk about it with you all. To everyone watching, what was your favorite moment from this trailer? Let me know down in the comments. So real quickly, let me just say, this trailer was badass in every way possible. It's nothing at all of what I was expecting this movie to be based on, given what we had known already before the trailer came out. The story and character details all were behind closed doors for the most part, unless, I guess, if you were someone who actively looks for leaks on films and television shows. I am not one of those people, so a lot of the stuff in this trailer took me by surprise, especially that big reveal that we will talk about in a second. Overall, I'm just really excited to see a different take on a Predator film where the Predator itself is actually the main character. On top of that, we are seemingly doing a lot more of an exploration into Predator universe lore than when we haven't seen in any of the other Predator films to this day. Films like Predator 2 and even recently with Prey have given us an insight as to some of the things that Predators have done when it relates to Earth, but we actually haven't really seen a full-on film explore their way of life and where they come from. This movie seems like it could be doing that and much more, as we see with regards to the Easter eggs that it injects in to connect to some very fun stuff. Given Dan Trachtenberg is also coming back to direct after what he did with Prey, which is a movie I really do like, I'm just glad to see that he did return in order to continue giving his take on this kind of character and its universe. Now let's talk about what you've all been waiting for, which is that big reveal that we are in fact getting the big crossover of both the Predator franchise and Alien franchises once again uniting them for the second time. This comes from the main human-looking character who is being played by Elle, as we now come to find out that she is in fact playing an android from none other than the company Weyland-Yutani from the Alien franchise. Again, confirming that both franchises are in the same universe, at least with regards to these adaptations that we have gotten recently. I don't know how much of these movies are going to connect to any of the other stuff that has come in the past with regards to the other Alien vs. Predator films, or even the other Alien films and Predator films that were their own solo adventures. Predator and Alien fans who are watching this video, what do you think about this? Would you want this new adaptation of the crossover event to connect to any of the past films, or would you want this to be its own new crossover event that only connects to the new stuff that we've gotten? Personally speaking, I kind of would just want this to be its own thing and not have any baggage attached to some of the other movies that have come before, especially since some of those movies are just not good at all in terms of their quality, especially the Alien vs. Predator films. Even with that aside, it's just really cool to see that they are actually taking the leap this soon, given that it was announced last year after Alien Romulus came out that a potential new crossover film was being considered as a possibility from 20th Century Studios. Elle playing an android is the most simplistic confirmation that that crossover event could possibly happen, I'd say, within the next 5 years if we are lucky. Right now, we have Predator giving us 2 films with Prey and now Predator Badlands, and we also know that Alien Romulus is getting a sequel as well, that depending on when they start shooting, that one could come out within the next 2 years. Once that sequel comes out, it could lay the ground for us to now have been given 2 films for each franchise, which would lead into the eventual crossover event film that could end it all depending on what the story is for that kind of film. Recently, a very coincidental rumor report from one of Hollywood's top insiders, Jeff Snyder, details that supposedly the script for the next Alien movie will have a Predator involved. Now, this does make me speculate that the rumor is even true, because at the end of the day, I would hope and want that the next Alien sequel will still be its own solo film. If the Predator is showing up at all in that sequel, I would hope it is just a teaser and not an actual scene where it fights a xenomorph, for example. I do not want to see either of these two iconic characters fight until they get their own crossover movie. It is all about the build-up, and for me, a Predator having a significant showing in that next Alien movie would defeat the purpose for it all. On top of that, we should also talk about who the directors are for these projects. As we know, it will still continue to be Dan Trachtenberg and Fede Álvarez. That report last year that detailed the rumor that an Alien vs. Predator crossover event was happening suggested the idea that it would also involve Fede and Dan in the process. Fede himself even said as much that he believes it would really be cool to see both of them be actively involved as directors on that film in a dual role. He said, maybe it is something I have to co-direct with my buddy Dan. Maybe we should do like Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez did with From Dusk Till Dawn. I'll direct a half and he'll direct another half. By speaking that kind of thought into existence, that is definitely something that I would love to see happen between both of them being involved in the process of making that kind of movie. Given their expertise and quality that they've done with their respective franchises, I think it would mean the world if they were able to stay together and close out a potential really awesome cinematic event. To that point, that's why I'm making this video today, because I'm sure a lot of you would be asking the question, why is all of this stuff important in the first place? To me, when you look at these two specific science fiction franchises in the kinds of characters that they have spawned from them, I think it is very easy to suggest that if everything goes well in the build-up to that eventual crossover event, it could be one of the most fun experiences we as movie fans have had in the modern era. At the end of the day, what more do you want than that? These two franchises, until about 5 to 10 years ago, were pretty much dead in the water, and no one was really caring at all for them. Now that we have seen two examples of movies from both to show that there is a plan in place to actually put effort into seeing this come to fruition, I think it makes all movie fans happy, regardless if you are a hardcore fan of either franchise or just a casual one. I was not old enough back in the day when the original Alien vs. Predator films came out and for me to see them, and just from the outside looking in, I don't think they were caring at all for how they presented those movies to the audiences. It seemed so random that even the first one dropped in theaters when it did it without people really expecting it to, or if it had any connection to the past films. You could see as clear as day that they were made as cash grabs, in the sense that they were strictly used to their name to make a profit without actually planning the necessary steps to get people excited to see them, but also not getting the right filmmakers to create good quality films. We are seeing the exact opposite process with the newer stuff that we have gotten recently, and it just makes me really happy as a movie fan, but also a fan of both franchises, and that is why I'm here making this video today, because that reveal in the new Badlands trailer was able to showcase that it is coming a lot quicker than we are expecting to see. And there you have it. That is my commentary and analysis of the new Predator Badlands trailer and its connection to big things coming in the future. What do you all think of my analysis of it? Leave your comments down below, and please be respectful if you disagree with anything I said in my analysis. Thank you all for stopping by my channel. If you want to see more moving forward from me with regards to film and television, and you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you are new here, and turn on that notification bell. I'm trying to build a community on here, and your support would be appreciated. That's a wrap, folks. I hope everyone here has a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you all soon for the next video.